if the Bitcoin hits the 5 million, will that make you happy? All people will say, yeah, of course. Yeah, that will make me happy. I do a little bit in Bitcoin. Actually, not in Bitcoin, but some other crypto, and with a little bit of money. And I see the hype around it again, and I feel the hype, to be honestly. And I see all these predictions, and I look at it sometimes and I say, look here, look how that changes people. And the expectation, it could be the Bitcoin hits the 100,000. Well, we know that it will hit the 100,000, but we knew that already 10 years ago. But now you have these predictions like it will hit 500,000 and it will hit 1.5 million and it hit 3 million. Therefore my title, it will hit the 5 million. Why not? Yeah, why not? So, but will it hit? I don't know. But the expectation that it maybe hits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 million, man, people get excited about it and they feel happy about it, or something like, wow, see what can happen. And it's for me actually a little bit an example how happiness works. The expectation can make you already happy. The idea that you win, also with the lottery, the idea that you win. Say, my father, for years, every week, he crossed all these things on the football games. And you had to have 6 good, I think, and then you had a prize. Well, he never won something. But every week, only the idea of, and then thinking, who will win? This one, or will it be a tie? And that makes people exciting. Actually, it's a good thing. Not that you put all your money in the lottery, and also not all your money in crypto. Yeah, but yeah, the expectation makes you happy, but then it happens, and I see it from nearby again. The money comes in, and it comes in, and it grows like crazy, and it simply confuses people. What to do with it? And then you say, oh, I have a whole bunch of goals. But then it's also like, what to do with it? And then when I use it, I lose it. So what to do? And there you see, actually, the happiness is going down. The happiness is going down. Because it confuses people that so much money comes in, and I hear people thinking like, oh, that is nonsense, till the moment it happens to you. How many people win the lottery and after a year it's a disaster, and they are divorced, and they have a whole lot of trouble, etc., etc. So what did it brought them? Oh, they could buy a couple of things, but things are things. And there I want to explain again. I saw so many situations where people had hardly a house, if you could call it a house. But it was their house, and it was their place, and they lived with all the kids there. And they had simply happiness with the little they had. And then you have the people who get it all, and they find it finally all normal, but all the investments, etc., you have to track it, you have to trace it, you have to manage it, and you rent something, and you have problems with the renter, and etc., etc. The bank gives you problems, a transfer didn't work, and then you say, does that bring happiness? So I would like all people to win. I myself, a couple of times I was lucky, and I did good, unexpected good. And that learned me right away, like, you see, you only have to move, and then sometimes luck is passing you. and you only have to say, yes, give it to me. You don't reach that by sitting at home, eating all these chips from processed food, which is pure poison, drinking a Coca-Cola, even worse, and sitting before the TV and getting bigger and bigger, and a 200 pound and a 250 pound and a 300 pound. 60% of the US is overweighted. And yeah, we're happy because we make a lot of money and we can buy everything we want. Great. You can buy everything you want. And you're so unhealthy as you can be because you eat wrong, you live wrong, you think wrong. There's a lot of work to do to be happy, to be healthy, and eat the right stuff. And I can't express it enough. We use our body like it has no value. Well, we are in this body, and we use this. But I see that 90% almost abuses their body. I don't see they're using it. They're abusing it. Like there is no end. Not important. It's there, but so what? It has to work. And when it doesn't work, they complain about it. My knee. Oh, my knees. They're 50 years old. They run 20, 30 years every day because someone tells, like it's a hype, running every day a half hour and an hour is good. Well, the person who can explain me that, because then we would be the only animal on this world, and I say animal, that runs while there is no emergency. Right? Even horses, they run in emergency or in a moment of happiness. And then they run, and you see them running, and then it stops. They don't run for 20 minutes, half an hour, or an hour. They are healthy. All the animals the same. You take a tiger, a lion, whatever. When they run, it's for emergency. And sometimes out of joy, especially when the animals are younger. You see them expressing their feeling. A horse, what is the whole time on the stable and goes to the meadow, he's happy, there he goes. And that's a moment of happiness, like, I'm free, I can walk, I can do what I want. And they do that for a moment, and then it's over. And we humans, we abuse that body, we're sweating, we're getting addicted to all the things the body produces when you go in stress, because actually you're producing a stress. And your body starts producing all kind of things. And people get addicted to it. They feel it like, I'm feeling like, pumped up because I walked. But especially with overweight people, and I'm talking now about more than 60% in the US, trying to run, having that 200 up to 300 pounds, bouncing on their hips, their knees, their ankles, their feet, and with 50 years, these elements say, and no more. Oh, and then they need a new knee, and they need a new hip, and they need whatever on the ankle. And then I said, when you don't abuse your body, it serves you up to 120 years if you want to. When your muscles are still strong, because your muscles all hold it together. And your nerve system gives the signals. And that's electricity, pure electricity, that runs the whole thing. And it creates chemicals to service wherever your body needs it. And it goes all automatically. And I say it a lot of times. When you really see what a body is doing for you, there is no quantum computer that can do what your body does. Oh, there is the arrogance, but it's the same arrogance as many doctors. Yeah, while they're only prescribing medicine, they only learn from medicine. Tell me a doctor who studied for health. What doctor studied for health? And then a lot of those will say, well, I studied medicine and that is for health. No, I'm talking about studying for health, not for medicine. Forget these medicine. Analyzing why. Why a person has something. Why a person has a problem. Where does the problem and the toxin come from? What doctor does that? Now, I'm holistic in my approach when it comes to my work. And my work is coaching, sometimes a business, managing a business, but also managing the owners and explaining to the owners, coaching the owners, okay? Coaching that they don't make problems among each other. Most of the time, greed, ego, whatever. Always these expectations who are far beyond reality. Yeah. I got one time a project and they expected 60 and I had 52%. All my colleagues say, where you get that 52% out of nothing? Because we opened 3 resorts at the same time. And then some shareholders say, well, only 60? and the 52% was over a half year. It was actually the first half year, not even a complete half year. So on a year basis, it would be around that 60. But they judged it right away because they have no knowledge and they have the greed. And you see ego and greed. And it has always to do with money. And therefore, when I see also the other side, and therefore this title, yeah, about the Bitcoin to 5 million, because the expectation can give you a lot of happiness. When you have the expectation, next year I'm going to buy me a car, and I'm saving every month, I'm saving $500, and then I have a good down pay. And I have a small loan on the car and I can use it 5 years and it's 100% mine. And that's an expectation. And that's wonderful. But to do that expectation, you have to make a decision. Now, there is where a lot of people have trouble. Decision making, planning, also in business. Decision making and planning. What will the staff say? What will my wife say? What will my partner say? What will the bank say? Blah, blah, blah. And I understand it all, because it is important. I learned to be as honest as possible about the situation, especially when it's bad. Why? Very simple. When you do the right steps, it goes up, and they all see like, hey, it's going up. Oh, Gerardo, it's improving, right? Yeah, slowly. Staff is more happy. Yeah, they see also they have a future. Yeah, there it goes. Now, and you see it in relation the same. Yeah, you have to put energy in there, and you have to put a healthy mind in there, and not a toxic mind. And that's all to us. We create the happiness. We. Not other people. I know people who live alone in the mountains and they are very happy. They have nature around them. They have animals, probably a dog, yeah, and as company, and they are in an excellent state of happiness. And people have, that man there in the mountains, he's living alone, how sad. Well, the man is completely happy. And it's a state of accepting what you have, being happy and appreciation, having appreciation for what you have, not for what you don't have, or what you think you all need. When you see people, what they all need, it's unbelievable. And then I have something like, please stop. With all your needs, what you need, you feel more and more unhappy. The less you need, the better it is. Live simple, and you have a happy life. When you every day are in stress, I want that, I need that, and you can't reach it, you're every day in stress. Why are you doing it? What does it help you? Again, expectation is nice. Finding a goal, trying to work for it. That is great. And trying to make it happen. That is great. That's the process. But when finally the goal is only money, too many people with money are really not happy, really unhappy by the attention what they get, all the negative stories they hear, all the problem it creates, etc., etc., etc. The most happy people, what I see, are most of the time simple people. They have a small business, they have a nice job, what they like, they are appreciated for what they do, they have always a smile because they're happy, and because of that smile, people like them, and you can go on like that. Happiness creates happiness. So, now, if you want to buy a little bit Bitcoin, buy for $100 Bitcoin and let it stand there and look back in 5 years. Okay? And then maybe you can buy a car. Maybe. Maybe you can buy a bike. But you have a bike, you have a surprise. The expectation is, maybe in 5 years I can do this and this. And you can show off. I have a Bitcoin. It's only $100 of the Bitcoin, but you know, it's simply that feeling what creates happiness. So having it, really having that money, it's the process too. And making these decisions and seeing sometimes results. And when it doesn't give a result here, it gives a result there. So, now decisions, and I'm not talking about Bitcoin, decisions is that you sometimes really do have a problem with that. And for that, connect with me, give me a WhatsApp, not a call, WhatsApp message, and we can arrange a meeting, and we talk a little bit about your status and your feelings about it, and your unhappiness or your happiness, and you want to do something and you don't know what direction to go, and you know, if all these situations, yeah, give me a message. All right? Enjoy your day.